Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new, welcome. My name is Claudia. On today's episode of Casa with Claudia, I am going to be talking about the steps that it takes to buy a home in Florida. And the reason I'm covering these basics is because I know so many people who have no idea what this process consists of, and I know that some of my friends in the near future are going to be buying their homes. So I just want to let them know what they're getting themselves into, and I hope that you learned something new today. So yeah, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get started. So the first step is finding a realtor to work with. You need to find someone who is trustworthy, someone who you know is reliable, and someone who you know is going to give you the best advice. As I mentioned in my previous video, you need a realtor when you are going to buy a home. It's just going to make your life so much easier. And if you didn't know, it costs you $0 to work with an agent when you're buying a home. Also, they can refer you to lenders, they can refer you to lawyers, they can refer you for title companies. So yeah, that's the first step. Second step is getting pre-approved / pre-qualified. The difference between both that people do not know is that getting pre-approved is that they are actually making a deeper look into your financial situation. So basically, they check your credit reports, they look at your financial statements, they also look at your debt to income ratio. And something that you need to know before you get pre-approved is make a big purchase. Do not make a big purchase before, because that can totally affect your approval. And getting pre-qualified is that you give your lender some of your financial statements and they make an estimate on what you could afford. The reason you need this paper is because this is going to give you and your agent an actual estimate on what you could afford. Maybe you can afford more than you thought, or maybe you need to afford less than you actually thought. And once you make an offer on a house, a seller is probably going to accept the offer who already has an approval letter with it, because they know that you can actually afford this house and you're not just looking to look. So this is a very important step, and make sure that you choose a lender who you trust. And if you do not have anyone, your agent will go ahead and recommend you someone that they know is going to make the deal go through and be active throughout the whole process. Third step is actually finding a property, and this is probably the most fun step of the whole process, because you get to look at so many homes, but you need to keep in mind that at the end you need to make a decision. And yes, you will look at so many homes, and I know that you have your priorities, but it's so important to not let your expectations exceed reality. And 99% of the time, the perfect home does not exist, so you just need to keep that in mind. Fourth step is making an offer. You and your agent will come into an agreement on what you want the offer to be and what you can afford, obviously. And sometimes, to make the deal even sweeter to the seller, you're going to put things as no contingencies. It really just depends on what you can do at the time. Also, houses are flying off the market, so you need to move very quickly into making an offer as soon as you can. Also, it's important to know that your offer can be declined, it can be counter offered, and obviously the best thing that you want is for it to be accepted. The fifth step is inspections, appraisals, and even escrow. So in this part, there's a series of things that you need to get through before you get to closing. This is assuming that the seller has accepted your offer, of course. So basically, you do these things just in case anything unexpected pops up, and if something unexpected does come up, then you can go back to the negotiation table and rechange what you signed up for. This is the time also when you go into escrow. So basically what escrow is, it's called earned money, which is a percentage of the selling price of the home. Once you signed a whole load of paper documents, this money is released out from this account and given back to the buyer. And usually what buyers do is that they put it into closing costs, mortgage closing costs, and even their down payment. You will also need to go through inspections. A licensed professional will come and inspect the home. They're going to check the roof, they're going to check the foundation, the plumbing, the electrical system, basically everything, and make sure that the house is not going to fall apart on you once you move in. Also, you need to do an appraisal. An appraiser is going to come to the house, and usually your lenders, or always, they will require you to do an appraisal of the home and make sure that the value of the home is correct and that it's going to match the amount of money that they're going to give to you. And the last step is the final walkthrough and closing. So in the final walkthrough, you're going to walk through the home and make sure that the house is perfect and good to go and ready to go into closing. On the day of closing, be prepared to sign so many papers. You're going to be there, the listing agent is going to be there, your agent is going to be there, as well as your lawyer or your title agent, your closing agent, whatever, and whoever needs to be there will attend. Also, that is the day that after everything is written into contract, you will go ahead and get your keys and be a final homeowner after this long process. So basically that concludes the steps that go into purchasing a home. It may seem like so much and it could take some time, but it is going to be so rewarding at the end, and when you finally get your keys, it's going to be the best feeling ever. So yeah, that pretty much concludes this episode of Casa with Claudia, and if you have any questions about this process, please feel free to reach out to me. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and if you want to support me and my channel, go ahead, comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!